Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Robert Anthony. This is your update, Dodge Grand Caravan camper van vlog update. So I'm in just inside Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to call it a night. Man, there's going to be a pretty sunset up there. Um, just kind of hanging out. Going to park, stay overnight, and continue to make my way across the middle of the country. Headed into Georgia tomorrow. Going to spend a couple of days with my aunt and uncle at their mountain home, and then I'll work my way back down to Florida. So I stopped at after I left Moab. I left the Arches area, drove down through New Mexico, and past Ship Rock. And it was kind of cool driving down through Monticello. You can see over far, far to the east. I could see the Colorado Rockies. So Pikes Peak and then Longs Peak, and because they separate. You got the Colorado Springs area and the Denver area, and they're far apart. So there's like huge mountains, big gap in the middle. Didn't end up going up there. Lots of snow on the mountains already. I was quite surprised. The San Juan or La Salle Mountains, whichever they are, right outside of Utah, were also covered with a significant amount of snow. So, been driving along. I've been kind of thinking about some things, and I thought that I would just kind of give you an update. I stopped at Hot Springs National Park. That was stupid. So, no offense, Hot Springs, but it's a national park. It kind of reminded me of a glorified city park right in the innards of Hot Springs, Arkansas. So, I did learn, however, that that was technically the first national park, but Congress didn't do the paperwork right or something in time. So for 40 years, it was designated a national park, but never got formal status. And then I guess Yellowstone was made a national park, and they realized, whoops, we forgot about the Hot Springs one. So Yellowstone's on paper the first, but Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas is technically the first national park in all of the national park system. So there's a little tidbit of information for you that you might kind of enjoy. Had a lot of time to do some thinking while I've been driving, thinking a lot about compliance, totalitarianism, resistance to totalitarianism and what that looks like. It's a weird place. Definitely a weird place, and there's a lot of bad stuff going on with the social media. I have definitely made the decision. I pulled down the small little Instagram joke of a site thing page, whatever that I had, and I allowed myself for about the 100th time to become convinced that I have to have a Facebook business page, and I'm just not doing that. I watched a little bit of video on the way, not watch, listen to some video from this Facebook whistleblower that I haven't been paying attention to the news for the last 8 weeks, which is good. But, hearing about all of the data that Facebook has internally, and they know the damage that their site is doing with the new way the algorithm's been written since, I think it's 2018, she was saying, before Congress. And I can't support that crap. I just can't. Nothing good can come of it. I'm going to go back to posting on Rumble. I haven't been doing that, but I am going to continue to post here on YouTube. Almost to 500 subscribers. So what my hope is that by posting this video, we'll start to see the 501st subscriber. I think that's really, really cool. So thanks to all of you who have subscribed. Thanks to all of you who are following along. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I think that's going to be about it. I don't have anything really good to show you. Once I got out of, if you've driven around, once you start getting out of Moab into Monticello and start driving across New Mexico, it is flat, flat, flat. All the way through New Mexico and northern Texas, and then Oklahoma. 1,000 miles of nothing, just nothing. So, yeah. I want to leave you with a parting thought. I want everybody's life to be better. And of course, I can't do it for you. We can only do it for ourselves. But there is something that I've been thinking about. And that's this. You can be one of two ways in your life. You can be reactive or you can be proactive. You don't have a choice. There's one or the other. You can react to volatile situations as they present themselves. Sometimes you are not left with an option. You have to react to a volatile situation or a negative situation. Or you can be proactive and take steps to prevent potential events in your life that would make your life chaotic, stressful, and miserable. For example, you could start drinking more water, hence urinating more, hence better health. You could start walking or taking care of yourself, maybe lose some weight. These are all proactive measures that you can take that will avoid the inevitable pain that would come from not taking care of yourself. I think that the biggest area that I've been thinking a lot about this is, because I'm in the flower business, is in marriage. Far too often, marriages fall apart because one or both of the spouses in the relationship take the other one for granted. They become complacent, they become apathetic. Maybe they got what they wanted and they got the marriage, or like I see it in the flower business, where husband will buy flowers, the man will buy flowers until he gets the wife, and then he stops buying flowers. With women, they shouldn't be doing this, but they'll have premarital sex. They'll give a lot of great sex, and then they get married and they stop giving sex. And then in both of those cases, the man, I'll see, he'll come back and he'll start wanting to send the wife flowers because she wants to leave him. Well, why? Because he's reactionary. I think that's a bad way to be. I think that we really need to be more concentrated and being more proactive on being involved in our kids' lives, involved in our spouse's life, involved in a very proactive way in the life that we're living to take care of our health and ourselves. Far too many people around me are reactive in the way that they choose to live their lives. And their lives are chaotic, stressful, and they never really realize their full potential because they're reactive. Everything's a reaction. There's an apathetic state of living in kind of a numbness to everything that's going on until something bad happens, and then it's like, now I got to do something. How many people do you know that have gone to the doctor with a heart attack that now all of a sudden they want to get in shape? That's the wrong time. I mean, there's never a bad time to try to start to take care of yourself physically, but that's kind of the wrong time. It should have been happening years before that. I can't decide what I'm going to do on the road. Curious about what you think. I had thought about, speaking about proactive, I had thought about doing a bigger van. Like, I've got $1,500 or thereabouts into this van build, and I can live out of it, although it's small. The area that I've run into problems with is when I get into areas like when I was in Mount Rainier and it starts raining, and it's raining for 4 or 5 days, it's pretty small space to be living out of. But the Sprinter vans and the Transit vans and the ProMaster vans, the big tall vans, they don't appeal to me because everywhere you go, first of all, they have a higher clearance than this Dodge Caravan, but I couldn't go a lot of the places because of they get stuck, That doesn't appeal to me. Also, they're useless to me when I get home because I don't live in the van. I'll just go out 8 or 9 weeks at a time, maybe a couple of times a year. So I'm trying to decide what to do. Do I just continue to do this out of the Dodge Caravan, which is working out great? Honestly, it really is. The Sprinter van, I don't want to sink $40,000 or $50,000 into a used one that I build out myself, because once I go home, I have no use for it. I can't drive it around town. I mean, I can, but I wouldn't want to because it's basically a house on wheels. I'm thinking about a 4-wheel drive truck or an SUV. Ugh. This fly has been in my car all day, and I don't know how that's possible. Jeez. But do a 4-wheel drive, and then like more of an all-terrain, either a square drop or a teardrop, or even a little bit bigger, something I could stand up in that would be set up quickly, disconnect, take the 4-wheel drive around to the trailheads, do the photography and everything. What do you think? Do you have any experience with this? Do you have any thoughts? I'd love to hear them. If you could leave your comments in the comment section below, that would be great. All right, so I've gone all over the place. This video's gone way longer than I thought it would. I'm going to call it good. I'll probably talk to you in a day or two from Georgia, but I hope I've given you something to think about. For now, I'm going to call it good. I think that's the only update that I have. I am becoming a little bit stressed out because I'm thinking about all of the content that I have to manage when I get home from this trip. Holy Moses, is there going to be a lot of cool stuff coming. All right, well, that's going to be it. I'm going to call it good for now. From Tennessee, moving into Georgia, and then down to Florida. Might go over to Shenandoah National Park in South Carolina just to stop so I can put a sticker on my car. I think I should. I'd like to know. What do you think? What do you think? I value what you think. Leave me your comments in the comment section below. In the meantime, thanks again for subscribing. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification. I'm going to call it good. This is Rob for now from Tennessee. I'm going to make dinner. I'm out. See you guys.